Semi Sports Talk, back again. Postseason analysis a little bit here. We'll talk a little bit about the bowl selections. We'll talk about the Lions and their continual misfortunes on the football field, all that kind of stuff. We'll cover a little bit about the Michigan Wolverines and the Spartan basketball, and touch a little bit on our woeful Red Wings and Pistons a little bit.
Detroit sports right now, not great.
We're struggling a little bit here. We're struggling a little bit in the professional sector. You know, we had spring baseball meetings, some signings in baseball and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, definitely. First off, we got our bowl selections made last weekend, and you know, we got the Juwan Howard there, throwback bobblehead. That's good luck. Off to a good start this year at the Wolverines basketball, 8-2.
I think Juwan maybe will probably travel to the bowl game. Probably not. I don't know. Where would they be at?
I don't know if they're going anywhere over the holiday, are they?
Not sure.
For the Christmas holiday?
Yeah, look at the schedule.
Okay.
Got Oregon this week.
Oregon, that's Saturday, tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon, I'm sorry, at 12 noon. Oregon coming to Ann Arbor, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a good challenge for him.
Yeah, a good one. Juwan agrees.
Juwan agrees. He's not, yes. Nice.
What do you think about the Wolverines fate here coming up in the
yeah, January 1, playing against the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Sweet.
It's kind of a no lose for you, Sam.
Yeah, for the most part. You know, I like to see a good game on both sides. And
yeah, last time they played was at the kickoff, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I think it was
41
down in Jerryville. It was 2012.
2012, the year 2012, yeah.
Yeah, because that was Sam's freshman year down there. They opened up with U.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was. I was like, oh man, he went to that game, didn't he?
No.
Oh, I thought he went to that one.
Just fresh on campus.
Yeah. You know, Michigan came up short against the Buckeyes, obviously, and selection-wise, you're kind of hoping for Citrus Bowl maybe, or that kind of came on, late, that in the process there. There was talk of Holiday Bowl or Gator Bowl. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, the powers that be started talking, and the last time the two of them played each other in a bowl game at the Citrus Bowl was 67,000 people attended the game. It's our Citrus Bowl record. Mm-hmm. So I think they're hoping for the same thing this year. I don't know.
It's a compelling matchup, right? I mean,
Oh yeah.
Even though we've talked about it all year being what the college football playoff has done to the other bowl games. At least this one, I think they're trying to. Yeah. Compelling matchup, which you got Saban versus Harbaugh, and Alabama. Probably not where they want to be. Right, first time not in the
not being in the
Final Four.
Final Four ball game. That's always.
You listen to Saban. He's saying all the right things. The guys are saying all the right things that they want to try to use this as an opportunity to right the ship and go up against a storied program like U of M. He's saying all the right things. So we'll see. We haven't heard any news out of Tuscaloosa yet about guys skipping the bowl. So that'll be we'll be waiting for that. We heard today we got the Tariq Black entering the
Tariq Black,
transfer portal from Michigan, and Uche declaring, but he's going to play.
Yeah.
So I guess we still have a little bit of time.
The question was how many receivers will Michigan go in there with? The three of them obviously have some big decisions to make, and Tariq's already made his, and he doesn't enjoy being at Michigan anymore, I don't think. So he's going to transfer portal and not go pro. So he's going to go somewhere else and try to exploit his talents, Mm-hmm. And then Michigan, obviously, if maybe that's a sign that some of those guys might not be leaving because he might be feeling, he would have stayed if he knows he's going to get more PT, or he's that disgruntled with the new regime or with Harbaugh that he decided he's going to try his luck somewhere else.
Right.
Go back closer to home, or obviously he had some issues his first 2 years with some foot injuries, so it slowed him down a little bit, but with Collins and BPJ, obviously you got to make some decisions for Michigan.
It'll be, it's kind of the same on the Alabama side. They got three big time receivers, right? Judy and Ruggs and Devontae Smith, all juniors.
Right.
So you wonder what they're going to do, but been pretty quiet, talk wise down there. So Waddle, who's a young guy, and he comes in there and does some good things. He returns kicks and very dangerous in the punt return. He's done some good things for him on special teams. So they got the guys. They got the talent. To definitely, I look at it. We've talked about Michigan's struggles against big physical offensive lines and teams that want to pound the ball or able to pound the ball, like Ohio State and Wisconsin. Alabama brings that same challenge because they got a big physical offensive line, and if I think we talked, if Saban wants to do the same thing, he could probably do that, right? Because he's got that size up front, he's got physical back in Najee Harris.
No doubt. Yeah, they definitely got the talent. They definitely got the talent that Michigan's gonna. They've played Ohio State, obviously. They've played Penn State, Wisconsin, some talented teams throughout the year. Notre Dame, obviously, So, but you there, Sam? But yeah, I mean, the lines and everything, were Alabama, man for man, obviously, probably standing taller than Michigan on a lot of things.
Yeah, they're pretty big up front. They got big physical back, Najee Harris, who Michigan recruited pretty heavily.
Right.
He ended up down there, and he's over. He's 1,100-yard rusher, and really I didn't think featured him as much as maybe they could have. Even he still ran for 1,100 yards. You look at his numbers.
Yeah. He's going to be a horse to handle for Michigan, no question about it. You get these 15 days here to prep and get ready for that game. Obviously, we'll see how it goes. I mean, obviously, last year Michigan got drubbed in their bowl game against Florida down there. Lost the last three. I think they going to show up a little bit stronger here with this round. I think the excitement and the Alabama prestige and the success that they've had, all kind of things play a part, but I think they'll, I just don't know. I thought we'd show up better against Ohio State and we didn't. And, to sit here and say, they're going to play well against Ohio State against Alabama, it's wait and see, kind of deal.
But it's going to have to be the same kind of thing we talked about, before the Ohio State game. It's
exactly.
They got to play a damn near perfect game. They can't give up possessions. They can't. They got to get off the field. They got to get a couple stops. Alabama's defense has been giving up some points. I think I look for it to be a kind of a high scoring deal. Kind of, Alabama's games against LSU and Auburn, and they're, the two losses. They scored 41 points against LSU and 30 something against Auburn. So it was just, their defense. They had a couple key losses early. I think they lost two linebackers before the season even started, to injuries, and starting a couple young guys at linebacker. So, they haven't been the defense. I don't think the defense has been what they're used to having down there.
Yeah.
So.
Just man for man. I think position by position. Obviously Shea Patterson going against the backup for Alabama. That's coming in there for Tua. Do you give the advantage there? Is it equal? I don't know.
Mac Jones. Everybody looks at him. He's a 4-star guy, right?
Right. Exactly.
Top guy. Pretty much top 50 quarterback coming out, and maybe top 10 drop back kind of guy. He's a 4-star, but he lacks experience. But he got a little baptism under fire going into Auburn in the Iron Bowl on the road, and that was kind of,
he's proven himself since coming in there and playing well. The offensive lines, obviously, I think Alabama's lines a little checkpoint and checking their box. I think, and the receivers obviously still to be determined, but I think Alabama's obviously you're looking at the offense there. And defensively, I don't know. Obviously, both teams have been kind of suspect. So Edges go here and there. I think Alabama's defensive line, Michigan's defensive line, or the linebackers. We can talk more maybe over the next few weeks on what we think and what transpires here in the next few weeks, obviously.
And the key being, who's going to be there.
Yeah, right.
Probably the biggest.
It'll be exciting. And, the Spartans are going to Pinstripe Bowl out in New York. They drew Wake Forest. I kind of anticipated them playing Pittsburgh out there.
Yeah, another one of those things where they were, we thought maybe they're going to try to get a state versus, D'Antonio versus our Narduzzi.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's what it was talked about. But they got Wake Forest in there. I don't know a whole lot about Wake. I think they finished third in the ACC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or they lost, I think, 3 out of their last 4 games.
Right. They were like 7-1 at one point during the season, and they end up losing 3 out of 4 or something of that nature. So,
I think they're a top 20 offense. I think their passing game is pretty decent if I remember looking at them the other day.
They're not bad. I think
offensively, not sure about their defense. But again, Michigan State offense has not been,
I'm trying to think of their coach, and I may have to look it up before.
I'm not sure. I had something up here earlier last night. Looking at
Spartan, or am I at the wrong school?
Oh, actually, look at it. Yeah, so Wake Forest offense ranks 12th in the country in total offense.
Wow.
So they're averaging about 300 yards a game passing.
Oh man. Yeah.
They lost. They are without their leading receiver.
He's hurt.
Got hurt. Virginia Tech game is what I'm seeing here, but.
Oh geez.
But,
I was thinking of Vanderbilt's coach. Used to be an ex-Michigan State player.
But
they get to go to New York. Obviously, that's a nice trip for them. Nice reward for them to go to New York. They won their last 2 games there to get into the playoffs or get into the bowls picture. The Spartans 6-6, and D'Antonio's saying all the right things, and I think he's positive with his team. I don't know what the offseason will hold for them, but they got injuries. Maybe they can get healthy here in the next 15 days and get healthy and play.
Well, it's what are you going to do with those extra practices, right? I think that's the in the today's age of it's college football player for nothing. The teams that really take these practices seriously and try to get something out of them, I think are
right
smart, right? Because it's extra work, it's extra.
Oh yeah.
Guys, books that you haven't seen a little bit, and
they get to learn. You can iron out some kinks and get a little bit better, and they get to go down there, get to New York and enjoy the festivities for a week, and so really it's their time. I think they play the 27th, right? Aren't they on the 27th or 28th? So they got a little shorter time to prep, but they'll be ready. I'm sure I'll have his team ready to go and playing hard out there, and on a winning note. Obviously, leading to next year, I think a lot of people, both Michigan and Michigan State, both are thinking of looking, get that win in there to propel them into the off season and spring ball and all that kind of stuff, and get the guys going. Maybe see some new faces here, in the next in this game. Some guys that maybe work their way up a little bit and play, the bowl practices. So
again, based upon who decides to stay or not, right?
Right. Yeah. But so this should be fun. That'll be a good one to watch. I think it'll be fun. For the fans will travel and we'll watch them out there in New York. I think Spartans always seem to travel a little bit. I think they'll go there, and maybe some East Coast fans will go watch them and that kind of stuff. I hope the fans from Michigan travel down to Citrus Bowl and support Michigan down there. Hopefully the weather's nice. They get down there and get a chance to take that in. We usually travel pretty well for the bowl games, so it'll be interesting to hear what the numbers are for that. But we'll talk more on those as we go along and analyze the matchups a little bit better in the weeks to come here. But the Lions, we go to the Lions. They they just seem to want to keep on breaking hearts around here.
Yeah, we're at the point in the season where it's, what are you playing for?
That's what it is. I mean, they're in that same situation again where
once again.
Not playing for the playoffs. You're not playing. It's kind of hard, and you keep the team together. And Patricia's job.
Yeah, especially with all the injuries, and
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Quarterback is in. They really shouldn't put Stafford back in there. Really, they should keep him out. And there's no need to put him back in there for the rest of the year. You're not gaining anything, and it's understandable. The guy needs to heal up and get better, and hopefully these extra days will help and make a decision. But it's just heartening. Minnesota. We went to Minnesota and lost up there in Minnesota. And they got a Tampa Bay coming into town this weekend. The Bucks come in to play the Lions, and it's a winnable game. It's a winnable game for the Lions, even with what they have on the field right now. I think the Tampa Bay Bucks are making mistakes, and the quarterback's struggling down there. And I think it's a winnable game. If they're going to get a win, I think this is one of them out of the last few here. Not many left. They got this one, the Broncos and the Packers. So
right, yeah, this is one of the three that you gotta hope they can get you up to your 5 wins there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm going hard Lions and 5 points to try to make up some ground in my pool.
A couple other guys we know had them at 5 wins too, right? They had some money.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and you and Griff both, didn't you?
Yeah.
We're right around 5. No one was crazy. Like I said, people in my pool had them for 10. I don't know, but that happens. Sometimes you get a little too much Kool-Aid. Yeah, but
a little bit too much.
Yeah. The NFL's winding down here. You watch some of the teams are starting to position themselves for the playoffs coming up here. Obviously, Lions not involved, but you got the Niners at the top, and the Packers, and the Seahawks, and the Vikings, the Vikings, and the I'm trying to think the other one. Drawing a blank here, but NFC wise, it's usual. I think the Niners are the cream of the crop right now. Watching them play, I think they're tough. For the NFC, AFC wise, I think Baltimore last night proved again if they're the cream of the crop in the AFC. I think eventually AFC is going to go through Baltimore. Lamar Jackson's having a great season and all that kind of stuff. So they look tough. They won last night 42-21 against the Jets.
Yeah, I was going to catch some of that game. I didn't end up seeing any of it.
Lamar Jackson had 5 touchdown passes and ran for 85 yards. He broke Michael Vick's record for the yardage rushing quarterback. So he's playing well. You got the Ravens, the Patriots are holding on still, even though
Patriots will be there, right?
Everybody's kicking them to the curb right now. I think you never know. You can't put them out until they're out. I think one of those kind of things. You can't put the champ down until the champ goes down.
Exactly.
You couldn't beat Ali. Ali had to knock out Ali in Vegas to knock him to win. Otherwise, you weren't going to get a decision. So
down goes Frazier.
Down goes Frazier. But there's some teams over there on the AFC side. The Chiefs are kind of hanging around. They're trying to figure out what they're doing, and the Tennessee Titans are getting hot. They're playing well. So there's some teams out there, but I think the Final Four, is kind of playing its way out here. I think there's some of the teams are separating themselves, but you never know when you get in the playoffs there.
Right.
Teams get hot.
You might get some weather. You might get some.
Yeah. I mean, that's only different right now is it's going to go through Baltimore. Patriots going to have to go to Baltimore to win. To win if they get that far. Same with the Chiefs. And the weather in Baltimore is not going to be great. And obviously, San Francisco, if they host the home field advantage throughout, then they're going to be nice weather out there in San Fran. And not like you have to go to Green Bay to win. Stuff like that. And Green Bay's kind of been hit and miss. And Vikings have looked good. So
at times.
So we'll look at those as we move along here. And once the season ends here, we'll talk more about the NFL playoffs. You got you kind of touched a little bit on Michigan basketball, and they had a loss this week at Illinois. Went to Illinois on the road and hung tough for a little while, but then Illinois just kind of pulled away in the end. And
I watched the first half of that game, and then didn't stick around for the second half. Yeah, it was very physical game, right? I mean, it was
yeah, Big Ten basketball.
yeah, road Big Ten game. Obviously, I don't think, at least in the first half, they didn't shoot particularly well again from three.
Oh, no.
You know, when they don't do that, they struggle a little bit.
Right. You come off playing, you're getting 103, then you turn around and come back and get 60. So it's like that's a little drastic a drop off there, and it wasn't like they were playing that much better defense. We just didn't, like you said, shoot well.
They didn't, they got out rebounded. I think they got out physical a little bit on the glass.
Yeah, offensive boards. I think Illinois had a large number of advantage there.
Especially on the offensive side.
That's 21. That 21 for Illinois is tough.
Freshman, right?
Oh, yeah. You haven't seen him. Watch him. He's built strong, and he's physical and block shots. I mean,
quick. He's fast. He runs forward.
Yeah, he runs. They said he's a soccer player. So he runs really well.
Yeah.
But Michigan will have their up and downs. Like I said, you got Oregon here, an on-league game, and then they get into the holiday season here a little bit. But another test for them here. But Spartans, obviously, the basketball team with Izzo and the boys out of East Lansing, they're playing pretty good ball. I mean, they're still there. I think they're just not great, winning by leaps and bounds. They had Rutgers the other night, and Rutgers, I think, cut it to 2-point game in about 5, 6, 7 minutes to go in the game. Rutgers was only down 2.
Yeah, they hung around for a little bit longer than you'd expect. But.
Yeah. I don't know if they just don't have the scores right now, the consistent scores for the Spartans that he's looking for.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the supporting cast is as strong as it's been.
Mm-hmm. That's where Langford, I think, missing Langford hurts him because he's such a pretty good perimeter player, and him not being out there. But there's some other guys that still are. He's nurturing along there.
And it's a long season, right? I mean, we got a long way to go. We just started 2 Big Ten games, and
some guys there that are really coming along slowly, probably. And they preseason number ones, and he really, like, you look at the NCAA right now at the men's basketball, and there's really no real dominant team.
Clear cut. Yeah, there's no clear cut.
He's the one that's going to be there. It's not that way. Carolina's losing and starting to lose, and people are losing.
Yeah.
More so than in previous years. So
seems so. Yeah.
So it'll be an exciting year to see how it plays out once we get past the new year and they get into league play and all that kind of stuff. We'll be at March Madness before we know it. But
Super Bowl Sunday, then March Madness.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it goes.
And we'll be talking baseball again.
Yeah. Well, Tigers made a few deals. They got a catcher from the Yankees. Saw that this morning.
Yeah.
Picked him up on the wire. But, pitcher out of the Houston Astros, Cole, made a lot of money this week. Yankees signed him, took him from the Houston Astros. 9 years, $320 million or something. Not bad, huh? Not a bad payday for him. Cy Young winner, was he? He was Cy Young winner, or was he runner-up? Can't remember. Him and Verlander were the 1-2 punch for the Astros, and now they're just the 1 punch.
Not just the 1 punch. Not a bad punch, still.
No. Him and Verlander still is good. You never know. And the Angels, the Angels are putting together a pretty good unit here right now. They got trying to put some people around Trout so they can win some ball games. Mm-hmm. They got some additions. They just picked up the third baseman from the Nationals, Rendon, I think his name is. He's a big player for the Nationals, so he's going to the Angels, taking the money and going. Take the money and run, as the song goes. But Rendon is going, and yeah, I mean, baseball. The summer meetings are always big time here.
You're gonna head down to catch a Wings game this weekend, huh?
Yeah. Sunday we're going down to watch the Wings, taking the Wings. They won last night, 5-2.
Yeah.
Broke their 13-game losing streak or 12-game losing streak. So.
Yeah. Was it 12?
12 or 13, I thought. I couldn't remember which number we were at, but yeah, they beat the Winnipeg Jets 5-2. So they're playing the Kings on Sunday. Go down there and watch them and get a first-hand look at the new Wings. I don't know any of the guys. I mean, he's been making changes.
I know.
Guys up and down and trading for guys, so he's got a lot of new guys on the Wings.
I know the boys went down last weekend and they got some good seats down there.
Oh.
Saturday night they went down there and hit seats on the glass. So they said it was
Good.
pretty fun down there to watch the game down that low.
That's awesome. We won't be on the glass, but we'll be up a little bit in sky vision. Yeah, I'm excited to go down there. It's taking the Wings. Stevie Y is quietly formulate a team. I think it takes time.
Mm-hmm.
Takes time, and it's going to take some things that come together and get familiar with playing with each other. Those kind of things. It's just.
Well, yeah, and if Red Wings fans are going to have patience with anybody, they'll be with Yzerman, right? They're going to give him.
Oh yeah, I give him a chance all day.
They'll give him the time, and ultimately, I think there's, everybody thought him coming in is a good thing. Obviously, it's a good thing, but like you said, it's going to take some time, and I think people will be relatively patient with him. I don't know. I think it's been, crowd-wise, what it's been down there.
Yeah. What the average attendance has been for the Red Wings. I have to look that up and see what they're.
Ultimately, you got to start winning and putting butts in seats. And
right.
I mean, obviously, Yzerman understands that. So.
Yeah, somebody was saying, I guess they're going to have to start giving away free cars or something to get people to go down there. I grew up in the 70s and 80s, and the Wings struggled. The Wings weren't relevant. The Wings missed playoffs, so we didn't have a hockey town slogan. We didn't have all that. It was the Wings. Oh my gosh, and it wasn't prevalent on TV, so you just watched them every so often. And, they struggled until they got Scotty Bowman on board, and they got Ken Holland, and all the guys got some picks in there. We drafted Stevie Yzerman. We drafted Stevie Yzerman, and he was the cornerstone. And they're talking about right now that the Wings possibly could, if they lose out here, they don't get any better and win games, they could have the opportunity at one of the top picks.
Yeah, to get that cornerstone guy and
get that guy that's the name, and
kind of what it takes in the NHL. It seems like, right? I mean,
this kid they're talking about potentially getting has Sidney Crosby type skills, and they're comparing his game to Sidney Crosby, which would be a huge benefit for the Wings, no question about it, But yeah, get down there and check out the Wings and see what firsthand view and in the seats and see the crowd react and see all that. You get watch it on TV. Obviously, you can see it, but get down there and see it firsthand and watch them skate and see who's playing hard and who's not. Some of those guys. I might have to get a program. That might be one of my first things when I walk in and get a program that I know what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I'm always into that. I always grab the programs. The Pistons, obviously, they're sharing the Little Caesars down there, and they took a beating last night. The Mavericks came in, gave them a whooping, 122 to 111, I think. So, the Mavericks are tough, though. Mavericks got a good team. But,
that'll be our maybe our next next trip down. We'll have to catch a Pistons game down.
Pistons, yeah, we can do Pistons. I think.
But again, have to buy a program.
Yeah, to know all the characters in the movie, in the play. Yeah, I think I know two. What's his name?
See, that's the problem right there, right?
What's his name? Yeah. What's his name?
The
Pistons are hurt, and hopefully they get some guys back. But I think they have a better opportunity for playoffs. Just like last year, they made the playoffs, but got swept. 3 and out against the Celtics, I think it was, or something. So, or Toronto or somebody beat them. But they're a better shot at the playoffs, I think, than the Wings, unless the Wings get really hot. So neither of them are factors as far as pushing it all the way through and getting all the way to the Stanley Cup or the NBA Finals,
or generating any kind of real excitement around the city.
Yeah, and that's what's tough. You say the bar sales are down downtown, and people aren't going down there for that. They're going down there for the plays. And
just don't see a lot of Pistons jerseys and Pistons shirts.
Yeah, you're not seeing everybody running around flying the colors and all that kind of stuff. But hopefully we can get some kind of excitement here. Maybe they'll get hot and draw up some kind of intention from people. And it's like anything, even though they're losing, these people still tune them in, and
Mm-hmm.
it may not be an extensive game. You might watch a quarter or something, but Piston and Detroit fans in general, they're pretty true fans. They've lived behind the Lions and the Pistons and the Red Wings and the Tigers. So even though they're losing, I think they're still out there wishing and hoping that we can get excitement back down there. But yeah, it's a lot of things going on. But it's that time of year. You got high school basketball. You're getting ready to go in game 2 here for your boys.
Yeah.
Good. Get in the W column. Huh?
Busy time of the year, getting in, getting a few of these games in on the road before the break. So.
Oh, yeah. We got a little free time here, but the holidays are coming. We'll be back next week to talk more about the bowl games. We'll be back to talk about the Lions and the Buccaneers game again. And my prep talk is always here for you. Make sure you guys tune in and watch us each week. We talk about some of the games and some of the things going on around town. But the holiday season's coming up. We got Juwan bobblehead, baby. Look at that guy. He looks good in that 25.
Looks good.
He hasn't aged at all. Look at him. He's
good in that suit. Pulling back, getting that throwback jersey on. Looks good. Talk about Chris Webber maybe coming back and making an appearance. You hear that talk? Yeah, I heard some talk. I see Webb. Seems like Jalen's been hanging with Juwan quite a bit. You've seen
that? Yeah, he was down there, wasn't he?
Out on the recruiting trail watching some guys, and I think he was down there with Izzo and watching a guy from Ypsi Lincoln, I think.
Oh yeah.
And, I don't know if it was that game or a different game that they showed him, and Jalen was sitting right next to him. So.
Yeah, Jalen kind of coming up. I don't know if that Ypsilanti Lincoln kid will even see the college card. He might go right to the hard court. That's what they're talking, at least. Ebony, I forgot his last name now. I just saw it today in the paper. He's ranked '1 player in Michigan. Mm-hmm. Sophomore. Mm-hmm. You got some good talented high school kids around here. There's a kid at Mott here that's 6'9", supposed to be one of the top players in the state too.
He's the kid that started out at Lutheran Northwest and then transferred out of there.
Really?
To prep school, I think, down somewhere in Ohio. Now he's back.
Yeah, he lives in the Mott subdivision, but he played with the Michigan State Rocket little guard they got this year. He played with him last year, I guess. Mm. But he signed with Kentucky. He's already going to Kentucky. 6'9", and he's ranked, I think, the top 5 players in the state now. So good thing he left Lutheran Northwest.
Yeah.
He doesn't be up against it, but like you're saying, I think Cristo Ray's got a big kid too. You said so. So the road doesn't get any easier for you guys. You guys will be in a good challenge, no doubt about it. But we'll be here. We'll be here to cover it all throughout the holiday season and the bowls. We got the bowls coming up. We might have to do a bowl pool, Sam. Just you and I here, and we'll go over it next week, and we'll pick our bowls. We'll have to pick the bowls. We'll track it, and now we can cover it throughout the bowl season. You can write it down, and we can keep track of our bowls. Here, I got a couple sheets here I got to fill out. So
sounds good.
So we'll do that. We'll have that ready for our next show next week. Anybody else wants to comment, feel free to comment about your bowls and what you think your odds are for Michigan and Michigan State at their bowl games this holiday season coming up. And again, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
For the W. Again, this is MI Prep Talk. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and watch our show every week. We're here every week talking Michigan sports and everybody else's sport.
because sometimes the Detroit sports just aren't quite.
Yeah, that's right. Sometimes you got to go. I'm sitting here watching the President's Cup right here on TV. We even got golf going, the President's Cup. The U.S. is losing here, so. But again, right. Good luck tonight, Sam. We'll be in touch. Maybe we'll hook up.
All right.
And, take in a Red Wing or Piston game here. So.
Sounds good, man.
All right, buddy. Have a good one, man. Keep me updated.
We'll see you, man.
Let's go prep. Michigan Talk, Sports Talk. Give us a look.